know for many of you, it's a bit weird how the girl who rarely says a word in class is up here giving a speech in front of a large audience. As ironic enough as it is, I'm actually excited to stand up here, and what an honor it is to be given this opportunity. I have a lot to say because we are about to enter a chapter of our lives where we have been told very little of what to expect. Obviously, I can't provide any sort of wise advice on that, but there is one thing I feel like all of us should hear around this time but are never told, and I wanted to talk about this. So, for many of you that might have received a yearbook last Thursday, you might have seen the page of the top 10. And if you look closely, you might have seen the advice that I offered to the underclassmen, which said, stop saying you're going to move out of Lynchburg and live your dream life straight out of high school if sitting through class is such a hardship for you. Big things don't come to those who put forth so little. So whether you feel personally attacked or are in full support of this statement, I wanted to make myself clear of what I meant. Let me be the first to admit, high school can suck. Waking up at 6 a.m. every day to sit in the classroom for 7 hours, shushing your butt off over grades and pulling all-nighters for tests. I mean, how are we even sitting here? How did we survive this? And while it's been a complete drag for most of us, especially these past few months, for some of you it's a complete prison sentence. Being forced to learn and be tested over curriculum you're not even going to touch after this day, you barely made it out alive. Understand that if you're going to go to college or some other post-secondary school or training or doing something outside of not continuing your education, you have to change this mindset because you show up or you don't. You do the work assigned or you don't. You pass or you don't. You want to do it or you don't, no matter what you choose to pursue. There's no longer going to be any more extra credit. There's not going to be any more, I'll forgive you this time, but next time. There's not going to be any more cushions or get out of jail free cards. If you want to earn that comfortable living, land that job, earn that renowned reputation, move out of Lynchburg, live your dreams that might have nothing to do with success or money, you have to put in the work now. We are so stupid and lazy. We can write out the biggest of goals, but most of us won't even take the first step to achieving it. Or if we do, we become impatient and tired and we start to put out less and less work. You can start up waking up early each day, completing all your work assignments on time and making the best of grades, or doing something else where you are at a peak in your life. And then you might become a burnout. What once started as, I'll just sleep in for 5 more minutes, turns into being late for class to not showing up at all. You become too tired to do your assignments and now your grades are dropping. You're thinking, why am I like this, yet continue? Even though your grades are plummeting, you're now doing the bare minimum to barely get by, and it's not enough. You fail, you drop out, you're thinking, why am I like this, yet you continue. You start working a 9-to-5 job you hate, but do so you can earn somewhat of a living. They don't pay much, so you apply for a better job that pays a higher wage and is less demanding. When you finally get that lucky call back in an interview schedule, you sleep in on the day of your early morning interview, and you're thinking, why am I doing this to myself, yet continue. You're stuck at your old job that makes you miserable. You begin calling in sick just to get a break, but now you're stressing over not being able to make your next monthly car payment. And you've already missed too many car payments, so you lose your car. Why am I like this? You lose your job because of the lack of transportation. Why am I like this? You get kicked out of your house and you can barely afford necessities. Why am I like this? You continue this cycle of self-destruction until you're living on a couch in the house of someone you barely know, and you're thinking, why didn't I just go to that interview, go to work, complete my assignments, and go to school? And all you can think is, why am I like this? We fall trapped to instant gratification so easily. We want whatever is easiest, and will just give us that instant satisfaction, even if we know we are sacrificing our goals. The problem is we're not continuously keeping that end goal in mind. Whatever goal you have to want it and you have to work for it. If you can envision it, you can achieve it. And I promise you, no matter how cliche that might sound, that is the way to getting wherever you want in life. I may have stated you can't get anywhere in life if you can barely sit through class, but I was merely using that as an example to say, how are you ever going to get through the rougher patches in life? Is sitting in a classroom and being taught kills you. But as a valedictorian who all her life has divided her value only through her grades, which I'm not proud to say, I can admit that grades aren't everything, and school isn't the only pathway to success. I mean, you've passed if you're sitting here waiting for your diploma, and you're likely already enrolled in a college, or you're going to be doing something outside of not continuing your education. Your high school transcripts are trash now. You just now have to focus on what is right for your situation. That likely still involve grades for most of us going to college, and for those of you that doesn't apply to, you've probably been thinking, Micah. You're saying all this, but my goals have nothing to do with continuing my education. Okay, but have you already been taking the steps appropriate to getting to those goals? Already? Because I have a feeling that most of you can't say that. Also, a huge point I wanted to make is that your circumstance will never determine your fate. You can be that bum sleeping in the couch, regretting every decision you have made. Or you can be in a situation less drastic, but still in a scenario where you have failed yourself, but you still have just as much of a chance to getting to your goals as the better version of yourself you were a few months prior. Those who went from rags to riches or nobodies to somebodies weren't just lucky. They didn't just know the right people. They weren't the chosen ones. They knew what they wanted, and they did everything in their power to get where they wanted. Your circumstance will never determine your fate unless you allow it to. Your class rank, your ACT scores, your college, the size of your house, your parents' jobs, your money, going to Moore County High School and living in Lynchburg, Tennessee, the two things that I feel like everyone seems to blame their problems for, have no control on the choice you make today to getting where you want unless you use those burdens you might have now as excuses. Well, but it won't. I can't stop acting like the victim. Your circumstance does not determine your fate unless you allow it to. The past is in the past. You can't change anything, and you can't let it define the events that unfold from here on out. You can't go back. Long gone are the hard days you might have had, or the free passes you never realized you were given. And to look back on a positive, though sad note, you're never going to see the same people again. You'll only have the memories. You won't walk in the same hallways where you greeted everyone in the mornings. You won't share those deep conversations with your favorite teachers that care so much about us and have dedicated their lives to enriching our minds. You won't sit in the same classroom or cafeteria where you sat by all your friends and shared jokes that made you laugh until you couldn't breathe. You won't have Friday night football games where you made that winning touchdown besides those you considered brothers. Or you won't be cheering along the sidelines by those you considered sisters. And you won't be playing high music in the stairs by those you considered family. You won't share the same basketball court or go to state with some of people that you would consider your lifelong friends. And you won't swing the bat for players who you forever consider your closest comrades. When the season ends, neither will you care for the elderly by those that are the strongest people you will ever know. You'll say goodbye to this high school, your teachers, and sadly, many close friends. I just want all of you seniors, just look around at each other, just for a minute. Just look around at each other, look at your friends, your enemies, maybe people you didn't even talk to. This is the last time you'll ever see us together. We can only go forward, and I hope from now on that you are conscious of every decision that you make now of which will affect your future. With this speech, I'm not here to berate any of you. I want to motivate you to want more for yourself instead of constantly settling for less. You don't have to aspire to be a business mogul, a renowned scientist, or a millionaire author. With this speech, I simply want you to be happy with your life. And I know that happiness is sometimes hard to come by, but until we realize that happiness, along with everything else that happens in our life, is a choice of our own, only then can we not only live the lives we aspire to live, but also love the lives we live. Maybe 20, 30, 40 years from now, you won't remember who I am. But I hope by that time, you will remember and are living by the words I have just spoken of. I wish each and every one of you in the Moore County High School class of 2018 the best life you can ever imagine. But I've already used my wishes with my magic genie, so I guess you have to work for it now. Thank you for everyone for listening to this speech. I will remember this day forever, along with this high school and my classmates, my friends, and my teachers.